Hello, Think Natalia Tribe. I have a very special person with me here today, Mr. Bruno Aregger, and he decided to gift me with his time and to share his journey with me. Bruno is one of my clients. So this video is a client testimonial, a client interview, and I thought that it could add a lot of value to you. And I wanted to introduce you to Bruno because he is such an amazing, outstanding, unnormal, in the most positive way human being. So Bruno, thank you once again. And why don't you introduce yourself?
Yes, sure. Thanks for having me. My name is Bruno, the Swiss optimizer entrepreneur. I make two things. The one thing is I give a lot of speeches around in Europe for entrepreneurs. And the second part is I'm the founder and CEO from Apple Tree. With Apple Tree, we are using the nature as a model and bring the small, medium-sized companies from the normal insanity to the optimal success with the nature as a model.
Absolutely. And you're also a TEDx speaker, right?
Yes. About 2 years ago, I was on the stage of TEDx. A very great experience.
Wonderful. And besides that, you are also a very successful author, correct?
Yes, I published my first book around 2 years ago, and in German, and the second one was in English then also, and in English was a bestseller on Amazon in Canada and in Europe.
Oh, there are so many things that I loved about you when we worked together. For example, the first thing that I really admired about you is that when we discussed, should we do the whole content in German or in English? What's the long-term plan? We both agreed on that English would be the optimal version. And what did you do after that? What did you decide to make that happen? Please share that.
Yeah, it was funny because you asked me in English or in German, and then I said, in English we have about the factor 100 times bigger audience, and then you said, let's start in English. I got English. So, but I said, yes, Natalia, let's do it in English. And I thought about how can I improve my English such a fast way. And I decided to ask an English teacher. I found a very great person who understands my person because I'm not normal.
Exactly.
I found it in Nabil. Is a great teacher. And we had a lot of lessons every week. So, and he helped me to improve my English, and it was a very helpful investment. What I decided as a first step when we start together as a coach or mentoring together with you.
Absolutely. And I love that. And I think it takes so much courage and so much self-confidence and such an attitude of not giving up, being so mature of doing that and just jumping into video. Seriously, you were my hero when you decided to do that. So thank you. Thank you for showing us how to lead and how to overcome ego. Because a lot of people might have said, oh, I might do that in 3 months or 6 months. And you were like, no. What was it, after 4 weeks or something?
Yeah. The problem for me as a Swiss guy is we speak Swiss German, but that's nothing like German. So we learn German in school, and English is very hard for us because the we're always like in our words, and English is so. It was very hard, but it's getting better and better, and it's funny because never a US guy or a guy from England or wherever said to me, Bruno, your English is shit or something like that. But sometimes the German people or even the Swiss people say, hey, you blah, blah, go to the school, learn better English and make the videos better. But never from an American guy or something. Yeah, but it's the characteristic of the German and the Swiss German people, I think. But no problem.
It is what it is. I'm 100% with you. I had the same experience. And I think one of the most beautiful sentences that I recently heard about this topic is that nobody who does more will ever criticize you. Only those people criticize you who do less than you and who are some sort of intimidated or afraid about you. So anyway, that's a total side topic. I would love to go a few steps back and once again understand, why did you initially approach me for coach salting? What was the challenge so that you decided, no, you know, Natalia, you need to help me with my personal brand on LinkedIn?
I used LinkedIn since decades, since LinkedIn started. But I use LinkedIn especially like an address book. So I used Xing. Xing was the platform, or is the platform here in Europe, a bit more. But I saw that LinkedIn had a lot of potential for especially B2B, and I'm in the B2B. And my philosophy is always to work with the best. So I burned a lot of money in the last 20 years. I'm an entrepreneur more than 20 years. So, and since about 7-8 years, I decided for myself, okay, just invest in the best people and not the cheapest, the best. Not the expensive, but the best. And I saw your video once on LinkedIn about, I thought the topic was also about the people around you who say, critical here and there and over there. And I thought, such a cool lady. And I watched you like a lurker. And I thought, okay, she's really good. She's tough. She knows about the topics on LinkedIn and personal branding. And we got in contact, and I decided to improve my personal brand because I make near the same for companies, like what you do for personal branding. So I know the whole process and the methods and so on, but my problem was the blindness.
Yeah.
It's normal. And that was the main reason why I decided to work with you, Natalia, to help me to open my view and thing and bring the things very sharp. And that was very cool. So you helped me a lot to come on the point, be focused, don't talk too much about that and that, stay focused. And that was a real great experience with you.
Awesome. I think you also learned a lot about the content creation process since we worked together. When I compare the content that you published before and the content that you publish now, I'm impressed by the amount of content that you create. The quality is outstanding, and also how you see opportunities to create content everywhere. What was the biggest, let's say, mindset shift that you had around creating content once we started working together?
My problem was, what was the problem? I like to help the entrepreneurs. I always want to help. So I described my content as helpful and not as sexy. And you learned me to describe and make content a bit sexy, just a bit, and together with helping. So the headline is important. The title of the video is important, and you helped me a lot to bring the best words into the content. That was a big lesson. And then you gave me a tip by mail or something. You told me, hey Bruno, there is a LinkedIn local event in Geneva, it's in Switzerland. And you may think Geneva is around the corner from my place in Lucerne. I live in Lucerne, but Geneva is about 2.5 hours by car. But I said, okay. Natalia said, go to the LinkedIn local event. So, and I was there, and that tip from your side was great, because these people there are so nice, so helpful, such a great network. And then you said, okay, if you go, Bruno, you can make some videos with the speakers. And I decided, okay, let's take the phone. And then I asked all the speakers for a short tip or an idea to improve the LinkedIn profiles. And that was really a game changer, because these speakers over there that are so great, so helpful, and there are like little stars on LinkedIn. Mm. And they said also thank you for the post, and all the posts go a bit viral. Yeah, that was a game changer for me. Thanks again for the tip.
You're most welcome. So that means when you posted it, you also connected to new people, you got more visibility and new connection requests?
Yes. And also a learning was from your side, or with your coaching, don't sail too fast. Because before we had our coaching, I always said in the comments, here is my book, you can order here, for example. And then I learned, okay, it's all about branding. Help, bring values, benefit. And it's during about 3-4 months. And then the sales started also. The engagement was about triple when we started, about 3 or 4 months after. So great to start with the branding, proof of concept, and then the sales. That was also very helpful from your side.
Awesome. I'm happy to hear that. What about the whole networking concept? Were you happy with how you expanded your network and the connections that you have built over time when you created more content? And we also discussed the way how you can approach other people, how you can reach out to them. What happened with the way how you look at strategic networking since we work together?
Yes, of course, but I'm not so a fan of the number of connections. I like to bring the values for entrepreneurs who like to build up the company from the normal insanity to the optimal success. So I tell a lot of stories and tips about that, and then the network is growing automatically, more or less. And yeah. It's important also the strategy part, of course. But from my side, it's important, or what I learned with you is be authentic. And I never wrote a script or something, just put on the camera and let's go and be authentic. So that's also a reason why I make a lot of tests, especially in April when I was in holiday.
Yes.
And yeah, it works. Be authentic. It works.
Absolutely, because I've seen you were on holidays and you went out there and you created content in a location which was scenic. It was beautiful. It was with palm trees and with water and whatever. And I said, wow, I'm so curious how people will react to that. And because you told your story and you educated us on who you are, people reacted so positively on it, and they admired you for your authenticity, as you said, and the comments were fantastic. And for me, your videos definitely always stand out because you found such a cool way of making sure that I always recognize you. So either you wear a hat, or you have your dog with you, or it's nature. So I love about your videos that you always show yourself in your element, or you play with trademarks of things that are, that I associate with. So thumbs up on that. I think that's amazing.
Thank you. But it needs time. It needs time. I think when I just started my company, it's too dangerous to do the things what I do, because you need a proof of concept. Actually, we coached more than 300 small medium-sized entrepreneurs in the last 20 years. I was on the TEDx stage and so on. And my company Apple Tree are the proof of concept, so I can play with the things. Although on April, I got 2 or 3 emails from clients, and they said Bruno, it's nice when you can make holiday for more than 4 weeks. They are jealous. I'm sure they are jealous. But I think I give you a tip. It's too like hobby. It's not like a pro. You are such a good entrepreneur, but with your branding right now on the beach, on Seychelles, on these luxury islands, you look like a hobby and not like a pro. Not like an expert. But I'm the expert or not.
Exactly.
I have more than 300 companies from the normal to the optimal insanity. Most of them are world leaders in their niche. So I don't care about, but it can be dangerous. If you not on proof of concept, you have to be good, results. Then you can play with, like I play with the dog, with the hut, on the beach,
exactly.
4 weeks, 3 days, and so on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is what the whole personal branding journey is about, to do not only walk, but also walk the talk, to show people that you're the expert, to prove it. And you have been in business for such a long time. You literally tick all of the boxes that a guru or an expert needs to tick in order to be seen as the number one in your field. So absolutely true. You definitely have a little bit more playground, or you can be a little bit braver in the way how you portray yourself, for sure. Interesting. Okay, what are the things that you're working on right now? What are the next steps? What can we expect?
I'm actually write a new book. That's of course one big project. It looks so easily to write a book, but it's during about 1 year for one book, in my experience. That's a point. And also to run my company like a turnkey company. Actually, I'm the founder and CEO, but I work maybe 20 or 30% of my time in my company. All my employees are such good, they can make the job better than I do, but they need me actually for 20 or 30%. And my target is in the next 2 years to put the time down, that my company is Apple Tree is like a turnkey company, and they just need me maybe 10%. So then is the focus to go to the bigger stages, maybe also have a speech in United States and so on. That's the next project.
Oh, that's amazing. So what kind of people should approach you on LinkedIn? What are the people that should reach out or connect with you?
I firmly believe that the world needs more entrepreneurs, especially business family and owners of a business family, often in the second or third generation. I love this kind of people and entrepreneurs, and I love also the small, medium-sized companies who are quite successful, but they know that he have more potential, or they know a holiday for 2 or 3 weeks would be great, but I can't. The company need me, and so on. Or we need more employees, but we don't find. Or we need more dream clients, but we don't find. So I can help them in a special way with the nature as a model. And yes, I would love to be connected with some entrepreneurs, medium-sized. Small, medium size, from 20 to 200 employees. That is the best group for us, and we can really help them.
Amazing, cool. So everybody who watched this or listened to this, you now know when to approach Bruno. Bruno, one last question. What is it that people should know about me when they're like, maybe I want to work with Natalia, maybe not? Can you share a secret about me, or how it is when you work with me? I promise I will not listen.
Okay. There are a lot. I have a lot of points, but one point I really love to work with you is you never are jealous. You really want the success with your clients. That sounds funny and should be normal, but it isn't normal. You really give best ideas and tips, and if in my case, if you see that my success grow and grow, you are happy and you like it. And I saw often that the mentors or other partners with which I work with, they say, yeah, it's good, you are good, yeah, great done, okay. But I know they don't like it because of some stages, you maybe as the student growing faster than the teacher, and that's no problem. That's cool. So you've done a great job, and it should be normal, but it isn't normal. And in your case, to work with you, it's really nice to work with you, and you have fun, and you are proud when I or your clients are successful and more successful than before or without your work.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being so genuine and honest and kind with your words. For me, if I see it as my job to make sure that you succeed and that you make the most out of your brand and make the most out of our collaboration. So if you grow higher than me, fantastic. I mean, in the end, I think that we are not a competition anyway, but a lot of people don't get that concept, right?
Yes.
They think from a perspective of ego and hierarchy. Anyway,
Excellent.
Once again, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. I can't wait to see you out there spreading your awesomeness, writing your next book, creating more value-adding, edutaining content, helping the world, becoming more successful entrepreneurs. Thank you, Bruno.
You're very, very welcome, and thanks for having me.
Awesome. And for you, dear listener or person who is watching this video, if you think, well, that sounds actually quite interesting, I would like to know more about that Natalia and how she coaches, then simply go to www.coachingwithnatalia.com and apply for a strategy call of 45 minutes in which we're going to have a look at your personal brand and at my strategy and see what we can do to get your LinkedIn profile, your appearance to the next level and to make you the voice of your niche. Thanks.